If there's one thing we can all agree on, it's that SB19 is blessed. And we're not talking about just their talent and charisma, you guys, but with a sense of purpose that continues to make the Philippines proud on the global stage. From their humble beginnings to now performing at major international events, it's incredible how they've carried not just their music, but also the Filipino pride everywhere they go. One of the most recent and exciting highlights, Forbes once again recognized SB19 in an article that places them at the forefront of what could be a new wave of Pinoy pop. The piece states, and I quote, "A handful of J-pop and Chinese stars have broken through, and now one Filipino boy band appears to be representing its country and paving the way for what could become a new wave of what's known as Pinoy pop." And guys, this isn't the first time Forbes has acknowledged SB19's impact. In a previous feature, they dubbed the group as having, quote, "established itself as one of the most successful of all time from its home nation." Now that's a powerful statement. And it's not even just about the charts or streaming numbers, it's about legacy. And the global stages, they just keep coming. SB19 was officially also announced to perform live at the Hito Pop Music Awards 2025 in Taiwan this coming June 21st. And while we're still waiting on full live stream details, the event has had live streams in the past, so chances are high we'll be able to watch them do what they do best in real time. Rest assured, we'll update you guys as soon as the official info drops. And it's really just so incredible. And it's also honestly wild to think that it's been barely a month since SB19 dropped their latest EP, and already, we've seen a whirlwind of international buzz, new fan bases being formed in different countries, and now, this prestigious performance invite. This era really is something special. As fans, moments like these remind us why we stan them. Not just for the music, but for their hard work, humility, and the way they carry the Filipino identity with so much pride and grace. Cheers to more milestones, more stages, and more history-making moments with SB19. In other news, we want to briefly touch on an issue that many of you have probably come across already. And just a quick trigger warning, this part involves some sensitive topics. So if you're here for the good vibes and would rather not hear about issues, please feel free to end the episode here. We completely understand. You can skip this part and we'll catch you next time. Every so often, the entertainment world is shaken by controversy. I mean, it's nothing new, right? A leaked video, a careless joke blown out of proportion, a viral scandal. And suddenly, fans and bystanders alike are debating accountability, intent, and whether a person deserves to be quote-unquote canceled. It's a cycle we've seen too often, and yet it still surprises us. Recently, a clip surfaced that left many stunned, including us, believe it or not. Now, the conversation and actions were explicit, the tone disturbingly. It was light, like it wasn't a big deal. And while the public discourse has focused on whether or not it was just quote-unquote a joke, we need to say this loud and clear. Joking about grooming or explicit acts involving a minor is never okay. It's not just a slip-up. It's not a learning experience if the lesson only comes after getting caught. If these are the kinds of things someone is comfortable saying in private, what does that say about their values? As hard as it is to witness these situations unfold, they do give us something else. Perspective. And it's in these moments we're reminded, truly, deeply reminded, why we're proud to stan SB19. Look, SB19 is not perfect. As cliche as it sounds, they're human, just like the rest of us. right? But what sets them apart is their integrity, their consistency, their awareness of the weight their platform carries. Take Josh, for instance, right? His name has been dragged through the mud over and over and over again because of an old tweet from literally a decade ago, before his debut. And another one coming from a random user who posted on his AskFM account, which has been weaponized to create a false narrative casting him as someone he clearly is not. And even when people, especially their bashers, knowingly and mistakenly painted him in a bad light, Josh took accountability, Josh faced the noise, and Josh moved forward with humility. He handled it with grace. All of this, in contrast to what we're seeing now, the same people that once demanded blood for long-resolved issues is now campaigning for understanding and second chances for people clearly caught red-handed. And let's be real, had this not been shared publicly, no apologies will be made. The irony is painful. The hypocrisy is louder than the laughter in that leaked video, and the laughter made by those people who tried and failed to ruin Josh's image. And you know what's making us feel so proud? Because SB19's popularity isn't an accident. It was something they long fought for. It's the result of years of hard work, respect for their craft, and most importantly, respect for others. We've seen it time and again, how they speak in interviews, how they treat fans, how they respond to criticism, and how they reflect on their responsibilities as public figures. They don't just talk about good values, they live them. And the best part? This fandom, even with all its own set of flaws, is following that path too. And if anything, this recent controversy doesn't make us focus on how bad others are. Instead, it only reminds us more of how much of a great influence SB19 truly is. It reinforces why we chose to support them in the first place. Their character, the way they carry themselves, the way they treat others, these aren't things you can fake for long, and they've never needed to. Even when the cameras are off, we've heard it time and time again. People behind the scenes speak highly of how respectful, kind, and grounded they are, no matter how successful they've become. That kind of quiet character, shown when no one's watching, is what makes them truly rare. And maybe that's why they continue to be blessed, you know? Because at the end of the day, the Almighty sees everything. And those who stay true, even in private, will always find favor.